Hi everybody, welcome back to Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. I am doing a neighborhood walk today because I am visiting a YouTuber, and I just left the YouTuber's house and I'm walking on a sidewalk through the neighborhood to a park at the end of the street. And so where I made my mistake yesterday, when I was walking at the Blue Ridge Mountain, which I still haven't uploaded yesterday's video. So welcome to day 28 of Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle walking his mile. And because I'm a day late, this one will upload today because I do not have alarms that are going to go off and separate the videos. Yesterday's video, I was having alarms go off, so it was 5 videos, and when I tried to put them together, they wouldn't all get together with my software. So yesterday will be a 2-part video walking the trail on Blue Ridge Mountain in North Carolina. But today I am in Georgia and I'm walking to a park, and I'm crisscrossing the road back and forth here because one side they have sidewalks and the other side they do not have sidewalks. But I just got to the YouTuber's home, which we're going to do a YouTube together later when I get back, and I'm not sure if it'll be a live or what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. But I had to get in my mile walk for day 28, which leaves me only 2 days left in the month, because that's one thing that I have to do, is continue with this challenge of getting my walk in. So we're walking up to a park, and there are beautiful little homes, and then there are large new built homes here in the neighborhood. And you know, as with a friend of mine, is this a duck? This is a geese in someone's driveway. Look at this. Okay, now we have to stop and look at the geese in the driveway of the new development. See, you just don't get stuff like this unless you walk in different areas and different neighborhoods. So we are going to go back to our walk. Hi. Were you just talking to me? Were you? You were just talking to me. I hear you. You are just making friends, aren't you? Is somebody walking on your sidewalk? Am I walking on your sidewalk? You are somebody's pet geese. That's what you are. You're just keeping me company while I'm shooting a YouTube video here. Okay, well, I'm gonna go on to the park. Okay, and you have a good day. Bye. Well, now, wasn't that nice? This is aging joyfully, as Julie Jordan Scott would say on her YouTube channel. And it's not a nature walk today, although I will be back home in Alabama tomorrow, and I will find a nature trail to walk on, which may just be me walking down my road and talking to the cows that are on the property next to mine. because I miss my cows. I miss Bessie. I've named her Bessie because she walks along the fence with me sometimes, or she just stares at me as I walk past the pasture. And so I'm told that there's a park up here, and we're going to keep walking until we find the park. And then we'll have our surprise unveiling of the YouTuber that I'm meeting with today when I get back to the house. So that won't be on this video, because this is my daily walk video. And it may be up past the stop sign, which you may not be able to see yet. And so I love these little brick ranch homes. As a real estate guy, I'm always looking at homes, whether they be new homes or existing homes. But it appears that developers would like to buy, like the ones that did all these new houses on this side of the street. See, there's new houses all up down the street, that they would love to buy the land on this side of the road and develop those into new homes. And so my earpiece is not staying in with my headset, and I'm trying to get my earpiece to stay in. And we might be reaching the park here shortly. But I am not sure if this is a park or if it's someone's home, because this is a beautiful home here. No, that looks like somebody's home over there. That's not a park. I saw some trees and some grass, and I thought it was a park, but it is not a park. And this is a village of some sort. I hope that I have my headset on correctly. It seems to be on correctly, but it's not staying in. So excuse me with my camera moving around while I try and adjust my headset. So this is not like I am going to find the park anytime soon. Maybe it's just me giving up. The old guy gives up before he finds the park. And if you all remember, I was walking down this dirt road on this trip in South Maryland, Southern Maryland, and I found a pond. Just walking down this old gravelly dirt road that I thought would have nothing. And so we are going to keep going until we see if there's a park down here. And if not, we are going to turn around and walk back down the road. So, let's see. This is interesting. I think these are either townhouses or condos on one side of the road, and older single-family homes on the other side of the road. So it's just an interesting, contrasting neighborhood, because you've got all of these brand new builds on this side, and where they're really packing them in like townhouses. And then on the other side of the road, you have single family homes, which I really like because they're single level. And for a retired old guy with bad knees, these are single level. So and we see the cell tower down there, but and I see a school sign that says watch your speed. So maybe there's some kind of a park or playground at the school. But I would say that I'm well past half of my walk, and I'm just loving the architecture here of the homes. And when I get to the school over here, it's going to be time to turn around. Because either I'm walking slow, oh, and I see sidewalks on the other side of the road down here, but most of the road that I walked on did not have sidewalks. So I see a playground, but which is probably part of the school. So we're not gonna go over there. Oh, this is the Grayson Ace Hardware store. So I'm down a little bit into town, sort of. Boy, there is just no telling where I am, but we are going to turn around because we have gotten our walk in halfway, and now we're going to head back to the house and just look at some of the houses along the way. But I want to thank everyone who has joined me and listened to me prattle on. You know, I was listening to a YouTube video on the channel Real Retirees Uncut, where they just interview various people about retirement and ask them pretty much the same 17 questions, you know, about whether or not they would have started saving earlier or anything like that. And this older guy was being interviewed, and the title of that episode was I'll Just Do Nothing. And I loved it. I loved it. The older guy said, he says, now that I'm retired, I'm just gonna piddle. And he said, I love to piddle. And I was thinking about that as being a retiree, is I get to piddle. And that means walking every day. And I hope that people have answered my prior question that I had on the short, which said, do you think that I'll keep this up after April? And so now that I've seen all these national parks and had all of this fun, does this really seem like something that I would keep doing after April? And so if I do, we can all blame Q at 60 Plus and Sophie for getting me into this new healthy routine of walking 1 mile per day, at least 1 mile. I think for sure I'm up to doing maybe 2 miles per day. I don't know, but I do know that I am loving looking at the various homes. See, sheds like that we had in Vermont. We had a lot of sheds like that. And so this is all reminding me of just being financially free, enjoying life, and living life to the fullest. And it does not have to cost you a lot of money to get out and walk 1 mile per day, every day, and be in good health. This is not like flying to France, although I'd love to do that too. But that's a whole different economic bracket than what I'm in. So what we're doing is we are just walking and looking. Now see this? This is a beautiful lawn of a beautiful home. See, that is retirement right there. Look at all of that beautiful land and grass. See, that is the kind of place that you can live in. Now granted, I'd have to pay somebody to cut all of that, but, and this is a nice little Craftsman, but it's cloudy today, which is good for walking because you do not have the heat and the sun, even though I'm wearing a hat on a cloudy day. You do not have to worry about that today. So the sidewalk runs out right here. So I'm gonna try and stay out of the road for the most part. But this is how I walk on my road where I live, because we don't have sidewalks on my road. And why would you? Why would you have sidewalks on a country road? And I can see where they had to build sidewalks for all the new homes over there. That's probably code for the town or city. But for folks that have lived here, no need for sidewalks. So I am going to turn my phone down here for a second, and then get off the side of the road here. Not a whole lot of cars have come down this road. I like the yellow on this house here. And so we are going to get back down here to the YouTuber's house, and it's still quite a ways down. So I'm going to go ahead and end my filming for day 28 because I know I'm getting in way more than my mile. And I'll probably be back at the person's house in 10 minutes or so. And then I'll get my laptop out and get this one uploaded. I'm still working on yesterday. Hopefully I can get that uploaded today, but we will see. So thank you everyone for coming and for walking down this road with me as I get in day 28 of my 1 mile walk every day in the month of April. Please pray for me that I can do day 29 and day 30. Thank you all, and remember, never let your past determine your future.